To be alive, it is good to be alive. So, Hine Matov Manayim, Shevet Kulanu Yachad, how wonderful it is to be together. Today is Tuesday. That means it's Mindfulness and Middot, where we share a little bit of mindfulness. I just want to share this to let me just hit the link so that people can find it. Great. Just make that a little bit. There we go. And done. And move that up there and share, and we'll be good. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, great. So it's good to be with all of you, and it's good to be, it's like I said, it's Tuesday, so Tuesday is Mindfulness and Middot. We do a little bit of opening up our body and being aware of what's going on in the world and how we fit into it, and settling into our bodies and so forth. And we'll do a little bit of movement, and then do a little bit of learning, and then we'll end with a little bit of meditation. So it is good to be with all of you, and so let's start to get a little bit of grounded into who we are, where we are at this very moment. And so I invite you to find a comfortable chair to sit in, and just an idea that if you have a kitchen chair that doesn't have arms, it works the best. And so I invite you to perhaps, if you're home or at a desk, or lucky enough to have one of these rolling chairs like I have. I don't know if you can see me, but I have one of those rolling chairs that you might see in a doctor's office. That's what I sit on, trying to keep my back straight. So without a back on the chair, I can work on my posture. I've been working on it forever, it seems, but all of these, I have 3 different ones that I rotate. They're all different shapes, including one that looks like a bicycle seat, all trying to improve my posture so that I can strengthen my core and strengthen my back. And and with all these grandchildren, you want to stay as healthy as you possibly can. So maybe it's a teaching for all of us. All right, so let's begin. So find a comfortable chair, wherever that is. Try and see if you can ground, that you can place your feet on the floor. And if you can't reach the floor, then I would suggest like putting, a pillow on the floor. Just find a pillow and put take your shoes off, put your feet on it. Just get comfortable. Maybe you need 2 pillows, whatever you need. Maybe you have a pillow from your couch, you can just use, whatever. Sit up as straight as you possibly can without pain. I want you to be as comfortable in this, with us, on this Mindfulness and Middot as you possibly can be. And then I invite you to place one hand on your chest in the heart region, the other hand on the belly. It doesn't matter whether you use the right and the left and right. It doesn't matter whichever hand, that's all good. And then I would like you, an invitation, you don't have to, but an invitation to close your eyelids for a moment and just see where you are in this space. Take a breath in through your nose, let it out through your mouth. Settling into our bodies. Take another breath in. Let it out through our mouth. One more. Another breath in and let it out through our mouth. With our eyelids closed, feeling our heartbeat on the hand that's in the center of your chest. Perhaps you can feel your heartbeat. And as we breathe in and out, the hand on the belly, perhaps we can feel our breath going in and out. As our belly expands and contracts, we can feel that as well. Just breathing normally, not anything different than normal. And as we're in this place, we say, Modeh Ani, thank you, God, for life and breath. Elohai neshama shenatata bi. Tehorahi, the breath that you breathed into us, oh God, is pure. Breathing that breath into us. Breathing it in and breathing it out with deep gratitude for breath, deep gratitude for heartbeat, deep gratitude for life. And as we sit in this space, perhaps we can see where we actually are physically. What's the temperature of the room? What's in the room? What's the surroundings of the room? Who else might be in the room? Is this the place that we usually are? Breathing all of that in. Temperature, smell. How long have you been here? Did you just move into this space? Did you come from another room? Or have you been here for a few minutes or a few hours? Or an hour or a half hour? Just being aware. And while we're in this space, perhaps we can take a little quick body scan from the top of our head all the way to the feet and see where we have challenges and where it feels pretty good, and you can be grateful for those places that it feels good in our bodies. And breathing that goodness in and letting go of the stuff. Take another breath or two here. I'm going to invite you to take that hand that you have on your belly and place it on top of the hand that you have on your heart. And with deep gratitude, I invite you to dedicate this spiritual practice this morning to someone. Perhaps it's someone that you miss, whether they have entered life eternal, someone you miss because they're not with you at the moment, or they're not as close as you want them to be on a regular basis. Maybe it's that you want to dedicate this practice this morning to yourself of today, or maybe a future self. Let's take a moment and say that name or names to yourself who you're dedicating today's practice to. And breathe them in to your life at this moment in time. And as you breathe out, say thank you. One more time, breathe them in. And as you breathe out, say thank you. I invite you to open your eyelids if they are closed. Boker Tov, Boker Or, good morning. Oh, it's so good to be with you. So I invite you next to, let's do a little release. I invite you to take your hands, your palms facing towards your shoulders, and just gently move shoulders from side to side, opening up a little bit the torso. Little shoulder release. We have so much tension in our shoulders. I then invite you to take those same palms and place them on the back of your neck and your shoulders. Give yourself a little love, a little self-massage. Oh, that feels good. Your traps, your rhomboids, whatever's locked up there. Feel all the tension. Oh, just give a little massage, a little love. Give a little love to your entire body, if you'd like, starting with your arms and hands, even your hands, your fingers, all of that. Just give a little squeeze, a little love squeeze. And then you can perhaps tap your chest, your abdomen, your belly, tap your, if you're sitting, it's easy to tap your thighs and all the way down to your knees. And you can go back to the back of your body and get your glutes and maybe even up underneath your arms. Oh, and take a nice breath in and a breath out and even a sigh. Oh, it feels good. Now take your palms and you're going to place them together, and then you're going to reach out to the sides. And I invite you to make some circles. Circle to the right, and then circle to the left, and circle back to the right, and circle to the left. Always knowing that if something is uncomfortable, please don't do it. I invite you to now take your palms, place them on your chest for a moment, and take a breath here. And we're going to send love out into the world, and then we're going to bring that love back into us. So let's send the love out. We make a nice V, spread it wide, our love. Bring those palms together, look up from the heavens above. Bring all of that love into your heart. Breathing that love in to your heart. My kippah fell off. Kippah is back on. Let's send out the love again. All the love out into the world. Look up with your eyes. See God above you. Bring that love back into your heart, all the way down to the midline. And take a breath in. Oh, beautiful. Place your hands, one hand on top of each other. And breathe that in as well. Breathe in all the love, the beauty. Ma gadlu ma'asecha ya me'od amchu machshavotecha. How wonderful it is, this world, with all of its imperfections and with all of its challenges. It is, as we say, modeh, modah, odeh ani. It is good to be alive. Thank you, God, for life. All right, let's learn a bit. Let's learn a little. A bissel of Torah, a bissel of this week's Torah portion, Torah nugget. So this moment of reflection and meditation, as we gather, it is cold out. And all of you know that I don't like cold. Sorry, God, but I really just love the warmth. And my kids said yesterday, oh, you always complain every year, you should just become a snowbird. And I'm like, I can't leave my kids and my grandchildren, there's no way. And so at this point in my life, that can't happen. But, oh, Boca Tov from Arizona, what's the weather? I think it's only 70 in the afternoon. It's not, and it's cold at night there. I have someone that I know, a client that I know, who told me that, but I'm not sure if that's accurate today. But it's good to be in Arizona too. It's good to be with family. All right, so we gather together, and we're gonna do a little bit of learning and a little bit of meditation as well. So as we gather, it is in this winter season. Let us draw some inspiration on this week's Torah portion, Shemot. Oh, it's going up to 63. That's not that bad. Let us draw inspiration from this week's Torah portion, Shemot, names, and look for the Middot, the character traits that emerge from its narrative. So let's all settle into a comfortable position. If you're comfortable, you can close your eyelids. If you wish, an invitation. Of course, you don't have to. But for some of us, when we close our eyelids, we're able to see inward. And so perhaps the learning will be deeper. I invite you to, once your eyelids are closed, take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And allow yourself to just be present in this moment, letting go of the distractions and welcoming a sense of peace. So in the book of Shemot, we begin with a new chapter in the story of the Jewish people. That's us. The portion tells us of the birth of Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, our teacher, the oppression of the Israelites, the divine call that will set the stage for our liberation. And as we explore these themes, let us reflect on the lessons guided through this winter months and beyond. As we contemplate the opening verse of Shemot, we see that the Israelites are in a land of hardship and oppression. Yet despite their suffering, they continue to multiply and thrive. And so what do we learn? What we learn is, of course, that midah of resilience. In the face of adversity, each and every one of us can find the strength. We always know that we can't make the choices of what we will be given in life, but we do have control over our responses to those choices. I invite you to take a moment now to reflect on your own life. Perhaps it's a challenge that you have faced. Perhaps it's what's going on in the world. Perhaps it's what's going on in LA and Palisades and all of the people who have such challenges in their lives. Perhaps it's the feeling of what they're going through and holding them. How have you shown resilience in these difficult times? Even as a witness, or maybe it's something in your own personal life, challenges that you're facing. Maybe it's something that you're facing now, something that you faced before. I invite you to inhale deeply through your nose, letting it out through your mouth, drawing in the strength of those moments. As you exhale, releasing the burden that weighs you down. Inhale, resilience, and exhale, what burdens you're being weighed down by. So friends, just as the Israelites endured, just as we did in the times in the past, how do we rise above the struggle? How do we find growth, even in the hardship, even in the challenge, even as we serve as witnesses to the terrible things that's going on in this world? Perhaps it's the midah of compassion. For as we further into Shemot, we encounter Moshe, a figure defined by compassion. When he witnesses the suffering of our people, he's moved to act. His heart aches for the plight of us. He takes a step to intervene. Perhaps as we think about compassion, maybe we can visualize a warm light radiating from our hearts, expanding outwards to encompass those who are suffering, both near and far, thinking about not only LA and the surrounding areas, thinking about the Middle East. Perhaps there'll be a truce. Thinking about those in Gaza, or siblings who are in the tunnels, the innocent people of Gaza and those in Russia and Ukraine and in all of the places, those in our families that may be struggling, those who need a little bit of compassion. We expand outward to encompass those who are suffering both near and far. I invite you to inhale deeply, feeling the warmth grow as you exhale. Imagine sending that compassion to those in need. Reflect on how you might embody this trait in your everyday life. Friends, think, can you offer a kind word, a helping hand, a listening ear to someone in need? Is there a way that you can send out compassion into the world? Thinking about courage. Moshe Rabbeinu was one of courage. When God calls upon Moshe, to lead the Israelites out of Egypt, Moshe initially hesitates, fearing he is indeed unworthy. How many of us feel at times unworthy? Yet, he ultimately embraces his destiny. It teaches us this Torah portion the midah of courage. Each of us perhaps needs to expand on our own courage, the courage to step into our calling, even if we feel ill-prepared or unprepared. Each and every one of us, if we take a moment now to consider our own calling, the dreams and aspirations that stir within us, let's breathe in, filling ourselves with courage to pursue them perhaps. And as you exhale, release the self-doubt or the fear that may hold you back. Breathing in, breathing in, breathing in, breathing in courage, and breathing out self-doubt, fear. Just as Moshe found the strength to lead us, perhaps we can trust that we too can find the courage within ourselves to follow our dreams, our hopes, the way we respond perhaps to what's going on in the world. How can we help? The midah of hope. Visualize a flickering candle in the darkness. Perhaps we can look back at the candles of Hanukkah, just looking into the lights, or maybe it's the Shabbos candles, the candles that represent hope. As you breathe in an invitation to imagine the flicker growing bigger, filling with a warmth and light, and not quite the lights of the terrible fires in California, but the beautiful lights, the flickering candles, the lights of Shabbos and the lights of Hanukkah, and the lights of healing candles. And as you exhale, allow your hope, this hope, to spread beyond you, illuminating the lights of those around you, sending light and hope and warmth to those you hold dear, and also to those in the greater world that need a little bit of hope. A little bit of hope. Perhaps you want to take a moment to sit with them, perhaps like a seed. How would you nourish that seed? How would you water that seed? How would you watch it grow? Hope, tikva. How can we, as a people, spread tikva, hope, into this world? Hope for those families with hostages still in the tunnels. Hope, sending hope to those who have lost everything in California. Hope for those who are struggling right here in wherever you may be in this space. Maybe it's internal, maybe it's external, maybe it's familiar, family stuff, neighbor stuff, people you know. How can we, as a people in the darkest times where it's cold, how can we send warmth and hope and love in the world? So it is winter, and so as we conclude this meditation today, let us carry the lessons of Shemot with us, the resilience of our people, the compassion of Moses, the courage to embrace our own calling, the enduring power of hope, the gifts that we can nurture and nature in our world. In this winter season when the world outside feels cold and still, let us remember that within us lies the warmth of all of those qualities, all of those midot. And friends, as we emerge from this meditation, may we embody these midot in our daily lives. May we approach each day with resilience and compassion and courage and hope, knowing that we, like our people from long ago, our ancestors, all those who paved the way for us, were on a journey to a promised land. We too are on a journey to a promised land. Take another deep breath in and let it out. And when you're ready, if your eyelids are still closed, I invite you to open them, carrying the light of the meditation into the world. Thank you so much for being with us today. Wishing you shalom. 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 May there be peace. May there be peace. May we spread resilience, compassion, and courage. May we spread hope in the world. Spread hope in the world. Friends, we are one human family. We are Judaism, fueled by love. We love you. Rabbi Jen and I will continue to love you. We'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday at 9:30 for Wisdom Wednesday. We are here for you, one people, one heart, with lots of love. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Od Avinu Chai. Thank you for joining me today for Mindfulness and Middot. Remember that we have resilience, compassion, courage, and hope. Send it out in the world. Whatever challenges we encounter, remember, we don't have control over the challenge, but we do have control over our response to the challenge. Wishing you a beautiful day. Stay warm. Sending lots of love and warmth.